Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm looking at the Donner Essential L1 analog monophonic synthesizer. This is kind of inspired, I think, by the legendary Roland SH 101, but it has actually got a few more features over the SH 101. It comes into two modules like this. We've got the detachable keyboard, which is really nice. So it's got like a magnetic clip, so it reminds me of like a Surface, or you know, where you a Microsoft Surface where you clip the keyboard off like that. It's the magnet, just brings it all together. So essentially it's a desktop synth, and you get the keyboard as well. I'll go through the ports and stuff afterwards. I want to mention the chip. So it's the 3340 VCO and the 3109 low pass filter and the 662 VCA, which gives it that SH101 feel. It's got an additional envelope, and there's a triangle wave and some other stuff as well. But I'm not, in this video, I'm not really going to be comparing it directly with the SH101. I'm just going to come to it from a sound designer point of view. So the complete kit is £259. So I think it's a budget mono synth, and let's take a listen to the sounds. Right, so say it's a mono synth. We've got a single oscillator, multiple different waveforms we can use. We've got two envelopes, which is always really nice to have a separate filter envelope, which I think the SH101 didn't have. It's been a while since I played one of those. My friend used to have an SH09 many years ago, and I used to like that sort of sound from it. Right, so let's have a listen. So I'll open the filter up and let's just listen to the first waveform. We'll turn off any modulation on it as well. So there we've got a nice triangle, square wave. We've got a sawtooth and a triangle. We've also got noise and an external input, which I'm going to do more later in the video, but I've tried putting there you can hear my multipoly coming through it, and it's very low volume. I just don't know whether I've got the cabling quite right, so maybe that's something to follow up on a future video. But anyway, let's listen back to this. Oh, as well as the oscillators, we've got a really nice sub oscillator, which over 3 octave switching on it, so you can which is really nice. So we've got some modulation options. PWM is my favorite mono synth trick, and we've got PWM here in a couple of different ways. We can do PWM with just the controller like that. We can manually set the pulse width, so we get that nice thin sound. Or back to the square wave. We can do so that's on manual. We can have an envelope, and we can use envelope 1. Let's turn the pitch envelope off. So you can really choose that. Do like PWM. And then the other option is through the LFO. On the VCO, as you heard earlier, there's a pitch envelope, which can have a subtle or a not. So you can have it subtle like that, or you can go extreme with it like that. So you've got that pitch envelope on there. Over on the modulator, there's a single LFO, and as you can hear, the pulse width is being controlled by that. But we can also control the filter, which will come to later, and the pitch as well. What's really nice on this is there's a audio rate one. So if we go to the highest it goes, stick it into the audio rate. And perhaps we've got the oscillator up a bit. There's some real harshness to it. So it gives you some extra sound design options as well. And we've got a triangle square. You get it like that. Sample and hold, and noise, which gives it kind of that noisy feel to it. I'll turn the pitch modulation off now. So that's the modulation on there. Oh, I should say as well, we've got a glide on there. We've got two different modes. We've got off, we've got on, so it'll auto portamento. Or we've got auto, where when you play it like with the notes tied together, you hear the slide. If you play them separately, you don't hear it. Right, let's have a listen to the all-important filter now. So I've just had it open there, but let's have we can have some resonance, and there's quite high resonance on this. It resonates quite easily. So it soon goes into self-resonance. And I imagine if you get the keyboard tracking right, you could probably tune that as an extra oscillator. But I think where it comes into its own is when you apply the filter envelope. Let's put some filter envelope on this. And put some release on it. And it's got a really nice sound, that filter. We'll bring the resonance in. And I just think it's got a nice resonant sound on there. And of course, you can, with the envelope, you can get that nice sort of envelope effect on the resonance. You can put some LFO on it. And this is where the audio rate might sound interesting. So that's the nice thing about having the second envelope. You've got, on the original, I think there was just a single envelope. You can go back to having a single envelope if you want. I noticed on one of the menus here, you go to menu into envelopes, you can actually turn on the envelope merge, so you can have back to the sort of the single envelope. Although you can do that anyway, because you can just put it into the VCA into gate. And it's got a gate on there. So I suppose it's not the same thing as using the other, combine the envelopes. But I actually just like having a separate envelope. So you can do things like have the envelope kick in already. So you can have the envelope have a sharp sort of percussive sound, but you can still have the filter with that slow attack and that kind of thing. Instead, on the VCA as well, we're using envelope 2. You can do a gate like I mentioned, but you can also do cycles, so it's actually cycling the envelope as a LFO, I suppose. This is synced up with the rate. So you can make a nice pulse bass out of it, I suppose. You can get that sort of effect. There is a drone as well, so you can just leave it running. So play with it in sort of draw mode as well, which I really like. Back to envelope. So the basic synth engine is really simple to program. So let's have a look at this bit, the sequencer. So we've got our sounds in there. Like I said, you can't program anything. It's just as is. But when it sounds really great is when you get it into a nice sequence, for example, like this. And you start really hear the synth engine there. And it doesn't take much to get this to sound really nice. And then of course if you get a sequence like that, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of delay on it, a bit chorus. It sounds really great, doesn't it? So I'll put it back to dry now. So let's look at the sequencer now. You can have up to 64 steps. You can have rests and ties, and you can have multiple slots. I'll look at the slots in a second. But first, let's just record a sequence. You don't have to use all 64 steps. You just stop and it loops back on that as well. So let's press record. Let's that'll do for now. It does sound nice when you put a delay on that. I'll leave that off for now, and we can have the sub. Some LFO on that filter. Now if we go into record, we can see each step with the values that are on there. So the note number and the velocity. So we can actually try and tie some of these as well. Let's go with that F2. So let's tie that. That should tie that to the previous note. And then we may hear some glide on there if I've got that right. Let's try it. I actually need to open the envelopes a bit. There you can hear it. We could also have a rest as well on it. So like I could say this note here is actually a rest, and that one, and that one. That one like that. So that's okay. And we have got a tempo swing. I think the tempo is currently set to MIDI clock, but I can. But there's tempo, and if we hold down the shift, we can do this. Then we've got the swing. Now once we've got a sequence like that and we like it, we can save it, shift and save. We can choose which slots. I've got a few I've already used. There's empty 4, that will do. So we'll pick that one. You get to name it, and you hold down shift and pick the letter. So I'm just going to pick random letters for this for now. There we go. That'll do, and save that. So we're on slot A there. Let's go. If we go to slot B, currently there's nothing on there, but I'm going to pick one, and I'm going to pick one of my other ones that I did. That one. And then slot C, I'm going to pick that one. Let's see what happens when we play those back. So there, hold down shift and I can switch sequences. So you can do it like a performance if you had the sort of four linked together, you can have, you know, A section and B section, and you switch between them like that. So the really interesting thing, we've got an arpeggiator. I'm going to put the hold on for now. I'm going to play a chord. Let's brighten up a bit. But what you can do is you can actually mute some of the steps like that, so you can make it sound a bit. Which I really like, actually, just being able to do that, or you can put them all back on. Then you've got some other options. You can do down, or down and up. Let's go with the high note. And we can do up and down, or up, or random. And we can extend the range right out to like 3 octaves like that. They sound quite good. With some PWM on it. And then put some delay in it. It's a really nice arpeggiator on there. That's a musical. Right, the other thing I mentioned is the keyboard. So we've got the detachable keyboard. Let's just turn the arpeggiator off for a sec. So we've got the keyboard, and the camera will really pick this out. Or maybe it can't see it. I can see there's got reflections in it. I'll try and get another shot of it in a sec. But there's a OLED display. Both of these are OLED displays. So we've got, from here we can go 3 octaves, so down 3 and up 2. We've got pitch bend as well. Well, look at the menu options. I think you can extend that pitch bend range. There's a mod wheel like that, but now somebody else might be able to tell me I've missed this, but it doesn't do anything. So, because you can't hook it up to this, it does transmit MIDI. So if you're using it as a MIDI controller, and I think that's the point of it, is this is can be used as a separate MIDI controller, USB MIDI keyboard. So I think that's what the point of this is, but it doesn't affect anything on here because there's no send, mod send, but I think it sends out MIDI CC1. You can also do some transposition on as well, so you can transpose up and down. You can also adjust the touch sensitivity. So it is touch sensitive, which the touch sensitivity controls the VCA, which I think we'll see in the menu. So if we go to the global menu, you see we've got tuning, there's pitch bend range, which is 2 semitones, which we could increase. And what else have we got? Yeah, the keyboard mode, whether it's on, the velocity levels, the velocity curves that we control on here, and you've got all the MIDI controls as well. MIDI velocity. So in terms of, I mentioned it's got MIDI USB MIDI on it, which is what I'm using from my DAW at the moment to tempo sync it with the multi-poly. But you could use the TRS MIDI jacks on him, and you can use the sync options as well. So you've got sync in and out, and you've got CV in and out as well. and you've got audio in. So there's my initial first impressions. It's a great little mono synth. I like the package. It comes in the 2 separate parts. So on my desk, I don't have a lot of room. So this would be nice. You can use the keyboard separately with USB. So you could use it as a controller as well. You don't have to have them connected together. You can have the keyboard here and the unit over there. In terms of build quality, some things like the OLED displays are quite nice. The some of these controls probably feel a little bit on the fiddly side. The ones that I'm a bit more wary of are these for the these rotary encoders, like the rotary controls like that. I feel like I have to be gentle with them because I could break them if I turn them too much. They've got nice responsiveness to the sliders, but it is a budget device, and the sliders are nice. The sliders got a nice feel to them. These little switches ones, I also feel like I've got to be a bit gentle with those as well. But in overall, the build quality, it feels nice. It's plastic, but it feels nice and solid. So I think if you're looking for a SH101 clone with a little bit more, with the extra envelopes, you also want the sequencer and your arpeggiator and the keyboard, and you're looking for a budget friendly synth, I think this is a great option. If you want to learn subtractive synthesis, I find the analog mono synths are the best way. I learned on a Gen SX1000, which is a single oscillator mono synth, not dissimilar to this really, but you really learn what you can do with a single oscillator like that. Whereas if you try and dive straight into a complex device like the multipoly, or it's going to be difficult. So I really like it. It's definitely going to stay on my desk. I'm going to spend some more time with it, and I'll come back and do another video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in the from the Donnell one. If there's any ideas for videos, let me know. If you've got any questions on it, I'll make sure I cover those. So I'm going to spend some more time with it and do a bit more of a video when I've had more time and more experience with it. But I really like it. It's a really nice little package. Not overly expensive, and has a great simple sound. It's nice to program a simple synth, actually. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you do like, and leave a comment and let me know what you think of it and what you think I should cover on the video next. I'll see you in the next video.